Okay, so this book I made back in probably 2015. This is the S10. This is LsBluu. Whenever I first got it, day one. It's a '96 SuperSport S10. A little photo album I made. It was broke down. You can see the front tire right there, all lopsided. Went through a whole lot of changes over the years. Don't care about all that. There's a bed, street scene, step shavers there, rust-free bed. This is when I had it painted by some doofus. Subaru World Rally Blue. There's nothing really to see here. So whenever I got it back from paint, it looks a lot like it does now. And then put these suckers on there. And well, bam, it looked alright for 4.3. Took it to some car shows, took her to the drag races. I have this picture still. This is when I first, before I even got the truck. What's up, everybody? It's Zach. Today I am going to be sharing with you some information on the S10 Ss, the little SuperSport package truck that they made. Also, what I have. My truck is a 1996 S10 Ss. It was originally a black truck, and when I bought it, it had been primered, rattle can primered, and I had the idea to paint it. I chose the Subaru World Rally Blue paint code, 02C, and the rest is history. Threw on some nice 18-inch wheels and blew it up. But what is an S10 Ss? Well, an S10 Ss is a SuperSport package truck of the S10. They were all three different colors. They were white, black, and red. There was no greens, there was no yellows, there was no blues, unless you painted them. And they were all 4.3s with the 4L60 transmissions. You can really spot one if you know what you're looking for. They've all got color matched grills. They've all got the 94s and the 95s. They have the old swirl style, not the swirls, but the older style swirl wheels, and they all had fog lights in the grill. They all also had the black and red bow ties. I call them the Dale Earnhardt bow ties because that's kind of what they look like. And it has SS badges on the side and on the tailgate, and the Chevrolet badge is red. In '96, they introduced the Zq8 suspension. I'm pretty sure it was '96. They were all single cabs, and they were all 4.3s with 4L60s in them. You can find this information on Google, but I'm telling you firsthand because I have an SS, and mine was all of this. Mine had the split 60-40 bench seats. Some of them came in with bucket seats. There's one running around my town, local here. It's a white one. They were only red, white, and black, and they're all gorgeous. In '96, they introduced the step sides, and this truck that runs around here is a white step side. I think it's a '97. It still has the older style big bulb, big single headlight grille, but his truck has leather seats and all that from the factory, and it's a floor shift. So I'm pretty sure it's a '97. I've talked to him and he won't sell it. Go figure. But all the S10s were 4.3s that made about 180, 200 horsepower. VIN code W. They were essentially Blazer engines. In '96, they lowered the SS with some, I think it was some springs, and I think the tire size was a little bit different. They might have even put blocks on their factory. I'm not 100% sure on that because there's no information on Google that I can find. But in '96, they introduced the Zq8 style 16-inch wheels that I love. The ones that are on my truck, I absolutely love them. I don't know why, I just do. Then in '98, they switched the front ends over and the interiors to the newer style. And for some reason, they stopped making them in '98, which is a real big bummer because the S10 Ss could have been a big seller if they had thrown a small block in it, or even a small V8 engine, a 305, or at least a LT1. That would have been awesome. I mean, it would have been useless on the streets, but that would have been a super sport. That's just my opinion. The SS, they also had the faster ratio turning gearbox. And that gearbox is actually pretty nice. I've had S10s without them, and I've had the S10 with it, and the ZQ8 faster turning gearbox is very nice. The suspension is, they also have the Bilstein, however you say it, shocks in the front and rear, and the ZQ8s have the fatter sway bar in the rear too. I noticed that whenever I was pulling mine off, and the front ones are a little bit fatter too. Pretty heavy. There wasn't a whole lot of them made. According to the compute here, it says about less than 3,000 per year. They were more popular in the early 94, 95s than they were the rest of them. I think 98s, there was the least amount of them produced. And I see them a lot, so they're not really uncommon, but they are kind of rare. I know a lot of people don't really care about S10s, but you're on my S10 YouTube channel where we focus about S10s. So now they all had 342 limited slip rear ends. Shadow, what are you doing? And the engine code was an L35. And for it to be a true SS, it needs the B4U RPO code, or it's not an original SS. Mine has it. There are other requirements that the truck has to have to be an SS, but those are the basic things. We're finally selling LsBluu t-shirts and hoodies and Santan t-shirts and hoodies over on S10 Life's website. They just came out, so go grab yours today. I'll leave the link in the description. But that's going to be all for this video. Make sure you click thumbs up, drop a comment, turn the notification bell on so you don't miss anything. Subscribe. We'll see you.